Hey there, I'm back with another video. It's 4:40 p.m. I cannot believe how the time just went by today. Anyway, it's Friday, the 28th of March, and I'm kind of doing a follow-up video. I had to step out and walk to the store. I was going to go to the Dollar Tree, but, and originally I was going to go to the library today. That was my plan, but I realized that it didn't look as sunny and bright outside as it started off this morning, and I kept thinking, oh, it might rain, and so I decided to stay home. But I did have to get out to go to the store, so I went to the Dollar General, which I have to say I really like Dollar General. I like the convenience of it, and I do see that they have like decent price type of housewares to kind of brighten up the home. Now, I am not in the market to buy any of those things, and we all know why I'm not in the market to buy any of those things because I am not working right now. But one thing that I think is important to revitalize our spirit is to change our environments from time to time. Now, there's sometimes you get some house decor that you're really happy with, and it serves you for a lot of years. But then there's times where you just kind of want to change it up a little bit. So sometimes if I can't go out and buy new things, I rearrange my furniture, or I might change my bedding. The bedding. I mean, I have extra linen in my closet, so I'll change the sheets and change the pillows on it, kind of make a different arrangement. One of the cheapest things to do when you want to change your house, or just the cheapest room I would say to redo, is your bathroom. Okay, but I didn't see any bathroom items at the Dollar General, and I really wasn't looking at them. I was kind of going through the little aisle where they had like the new gardening type, the gardening, what do you call those things? Like, the lawn ornaments and stuff like that, which I love looking at, right? And this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of like, hurry up. I want my son to hurry up and clean up the backyard, I mean, the back patio area, so that I could, kind of repair the ones that I already purchased, kind of make them a little bit nicer, and then hopefully add to my collection as I go on. It's nice to have a little place where you have plants and stuff, because you can make it a very special place to go, especially for things like prayer and stuff like that. Not being around plants and stuff like that can uplift the mood. Now, anyway, I wanted to show you some of these cute items that they had at the Dollar General, okay? And I noticed that they had this cute little butter dish. Now, I have a butter dish, okay? And I'm really happy with my butter dish. But I thought, I want to share this, okay? This right here is very reasonably priced. It only had a price tag of $5, okay? And this is something you can keep on your cabinet or your countertop, and you can keep your butter in there. And it has its own little spatula, which I thought was really cute. Now, they also had an arrangement of cute little refrigerator magnets. Now, I make refrigerator magnets. As a matter of fact, and I thought this one right here from the Dollar General was really cute. Some of them have cute little bright, happy sayings and stuff like that. They're really positive. I thought this one was really, really cute. It has cherries on it. I can't read the writing right now, unfortunately, but it has something very positive on there, like be happy, be you, that kind of stuff. They're like $1 a piece. Now, I was thinking about, because I had talked to the librarian over at the library, because I've always wanted to teach arts and crafts and stuff. And I think like refrigerator magnets, I remember making refrigerator magnets one year at the Parks and Recreation many years ago. And I have all the stuff here to make refrigerator magnets. I have like the magnets, and how I make the refrigerator magnets, I usually have like make them out of felt, and I make little fruit people, or like little animals or teacups or something, like, that little kawaii type stuff with cute little happy faces. I love that kind of stuff. But anyway, this right here is at the Dollar General, and I think these are cute to put on your refrigerator, your file cabinet, stuff like that. Keep you positive. Oh my God, I almost forgot to talk about this one. This right here, I'm a coffee cup freak, okay? This right here is $5 at the Dollar General. Now, this coffee cup is made from ceramic. It's a ceramic coffee cup, and it has a beautiful bright color yellow lid. I think it's very cute. I wanted to add it to my collection, but unfortunately, I'm not working right now. But this is so cute, and they did have different colors. I hope I captured this picture well, but maybe not as well as I wanted to. What this is a food container set. Comes with three little containers. They're all stacked inside one, and they are plastic. I don't believe that they can be put in the microwave, but you can like carry, your food, your pieces of your lunch or parts of your lunch or whatever in these cute containers, and they're reasonably priced. They're only $5. Now, I had posted a video earlier this morning called Peace to All, and I was talking about the formulation of the new earth. Now, I know that people just got hit with a lot of issues relating to their employment, and I had mentioned that, because there was infiltration within the 9 to 5 sector, and possibly because of what I experienced with Patreon and Ko-fi, I had my suspicions that, the people who were infiltrating were creating problems for people. Not just me. I'm assuming not just me, but I know that I felt very violated by the tampering of my social media accounts. So if this is something that has occurred to where they're blocking certain people from working 9 to 5 jobs, as well as making any sort of income on the internet, this puts people in a very vulnerable position, right? So I notice that when I type in items, like if I'm looking for like a spatula or something, I notice that the first things that come up, I guess in the search engine is usually things like Amazon, Target, Walmart, these big companies, okay? Now, I am not going to tell people to continue the boycott. I'm not going to try to influence people one way or the other. But I do know that people who want to try to survive in this crazy economy, especially when it seems to be where it's leaning one way in the favor of people who have, the Mormons or whoever. I'm going to say Mormons, okay, because I know that Mormons have a lot. I'm not trying to point fingers, but I'm just telling people right now, how in the world do they expect to have some sort of future if things are tied into everything? I had mentioned earlier, when I was growing up, I had seen things kind of morphed into the way that things are today. And it started very slow, okay? I had mentioned things like Alpha Beta, which was which was a grocery store, basically, a grocery store that had a bakery inside of it. I do remember having a bakery. It had like a what do you call it, butcher shop or whatever. It had the standard things of like a 1970s, 1980s grocery store, okay? And then I remember, Smith's Food King, where it was grocery stores. It also had a bank inside of it. It had like a Kentucky Fried Chicken inside of it. It had like, it was like this mega type store. And I remember telling a coworker, I kept thinking, gosh, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, because it almost seems like it's becoming too convenient, okay, to where like it kind of promoted laziness, I thought, because everything was just like in one spot, But I know that this is beneficial to people who, the people who were creating these sort of things, these empires, right? Throughout the years, it seems as though the small businesses just kind of gotten eaten up by big corporations. So, and I mentioned it before in my video, people probably had dreams of maybe opening their own businesses, and those things have become very difficult to do, and that leaves people having to rely on a manipulated employment sector, which, that's very frustrating, right? So what do you do? I mean, if the internet is somehow manipulated to where it always favors them, then people are going to have to, it seems like the reasonable solution would to, create small type brick and mortar businesses in some way. Okay. I don't know, getting business loans and stuff like that can be very difficult. No, it's not really so much difficult, but it's like hard to start up when you don't have the ability to get like business startup loans and stuff like that. There are crafters who, have special skills and stuff like that. Those cute little items that I just showed at the Dollar General, right? I keep thinking, I know there's a lot of talented people who would like to make income, but is there a future for them on the internet? That's my concern. So like I said, perhaps maybe they would want to start off, trying to develop the best kind of craft or products that they possibly have, and start off with, advertising the quality of their work and try to gain, customers through word of mouth, and then kind of skyrocket from there. I mean, this is the only thing I can think of. People are going to have to have creative ways to kind of keep or create new forms of income. And like I said, and that might be something that will not include the internet, especially if my suspicions are that that is being manipulated somehow, you know what I mean? So, I had talked about, maybe United States being the number one in like the fashion industry. This is just me coming up with ideas. I know that if I was somebody who had a decent flow of money, I would probably want to have handcrafted items. I think handcrafted items are great, and there's a lot of people who have that skill. You know what I mean? Like some people are really into pottery. And the pottery that people make, from their own hands is kind of more valuable than things that you get like at department stores and stuff. Like some people really like authentic stuff. Okay, that's one thing. And then of course people are going to have to brush up on their business skills. Learning how to open a business, learning how to conduct business, learning how to find innovative ways to get their name out there. You know what I mean? I don't really think that the new face of commerce can rely on the internet, especially since I have my suspicions that those avenues might be very difficult to venture into. This is just me saying it. So I think most people should, if they're thinking about starting up a business, should be done like within their local communities, at least for now. Anyway, I was thinking, I respect people who are doing the best they can to try to be as independent as possible. A couple of days ago, I had to go out. It was nighttime, right? It was nighttime. My son was not feeling good, so he wanted me to go down to the store and pick him up something. So, he gave me some money, and I walked down to the store to pick him up, something to eat. And there was some local street vendors that were selling their stuff. Now, when I think about it, yeah, it's local street vendors to me who create their own food and sell them in their little, vehicles or whatever. I find it commendable, and I do think a lot of their food has a lot of good flavor. And what do I want to say about this? But I think that's one way of supporting a local business, because they have to have a supplier, they have to pay their supplier, and it's somewhere down the line, supporting somebody else. You know what I mean? If at all possible. And I think these things have to be considered when we think about having to support, rebuilding the United States. Anyway, so that's just something I was thinking about. And I'd like to, maybe hopefully that other people will be talking about these sort of things, because it's something that we need to focus on. I think this, to me, I think it's a hit on everybody when things like this happen, and you have to think about, the cause and effect of what something like this can have, what something like this can do to other people. And people need to think about the creative ways of how they're going to stand up on their feet throughout all of this. So anyway, yeah, I was kind of deep in thought about all this stuff today, and I didn't really do the things I really wanted to. But I will be working on my newsletter, because I'm just right now, I'm just kind of proofreading, making sure everything is in order. So it's not really that big of a rush, but at the same time, I'm somebody who likes to, be very thorough and make sure everything is like, as good as it can be. And I had a lot of things that were going on while I was making this, picking up on intuitive messages and stuff like that, that made me want to stand back and kind of like hone in on what was actually flowing through me. And I did communicate a lot of this through my newsletter. So anyway, yeah, I'm thinking, and I hope that you guys are thinking too about the new commerce. What does this look like? Maybe we have a chance to, as a nation, pick up and hopefully live out the dreams that we wanted to, So maybe you should think about the kind of skills that you have, the things that you can create, what can you do? But I do think that you need to understand, how to, how to start up a business. I think that's really important. And then also, the whole thing on advertising. And by the way, I did not get a chance to tackle my already paid for lessons with AWI. I think I got so frustrated and my mind just constantly got taken off of what was going on around me. The only thing I can tell you that I think is important for me to mention this, because I was learning a little bit about this myself, like the whole search engine optimization thing, which I believe is what puts you ahead of everyone else, or at least keeps you in competition when you are working with advertising online, okay? I was thinking that this was a very important thing to learn, but I didn't really finish that yet, okay? And eventually I will. It's just like right now I'm dealing with other things, okay? But anyway, I'm hoping that, once I start thinking more and getting more ideas about what my ideas on, or helpful ideas or tips on the new commerce, come through my mind, I'll be posting them in the future. But for now, I'm just kind of working on finishing up my newsletter and jumping into my other projects. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back with another video sometime later. Thank you. Bye.